I just realized I didn't record it anything. Hello and welcome, PocketWatch here, and it's about time for another episode of Sekien no Inganock. Yeah, last week was pretty insane, and I'm sorry for lack of Sekien episodes. Not a lot of happened. I had to figure out how to put Muramasa in and stuff. So yeah, Sekien is finally back. It's going to be on Sundays, and yeah, I guess we can just go with it. Actually, I've recorded kinda a little few minutes now, and I forgot to start the recording. That's not fun. So, let me just go a little bit faster this time, okay? There's no clown at the edge of my vision. He would always try not to look at it. For some reason, the clown made him recall the past. Memories of the past. He couldn't remember them very well, since they were all broken up into little pieces. The dancing black clown, he would wipe it away, but for some reason, he remembered both it and memories that came with it. That was, 10 years ago. His memories were now tender fragments. Countless memories, trapped in the red and black hues. Memory, a deep moan full of screams and despair. So he's remembering like 10 years ago, before the revival and during the revival. That's what I assume. He had been haughty, thinking that his hand could save them. He would be so sure that holding it out could save someone. It can now, because of Kikai. Life slipping through his fingers one by one. The time when everything in the city began to crumble. And I assume this voice is the character that we met last time. I remembered her during, a little bit, like, after hearing her.
確かに唇はそう動いて答えはない言葉は聞こえなかったあの瞬間きっとあの時世界と一緒に
I didn't like read for a while Inganock. That's why I'm not familiar with this voice, but I assume that this is the character that we met last time.
うめき声の中をさまようあまたの誰かの涙を無限に見つめながら深い霧の中をもがくように悪い夢気づけばもう10年が過ぎていたこの都市という世界が壊れてから
Yep.
記憶
Salem. I miss her. I wanted to have her like a little bit longer. Get a little bit more of her story. She was short-lived. Sadly.
ほら、綺麗な。こんなに燃えて、綺麗に。
Also, I think like
10年前と同じじゃないか。
so far, that was the saddest part of Inganock, to be honest.
そうだよ。同じ。なあ、ギー。方法はもっと簡単だったんだよ。
Which was also seems like he's like remembering like having bug flashes or something from basically past encounters. There we have Bandersnatch.
10年前人々と大公爵の夢を打ち砕く
And he's talking about very interesting stuff.
復活がこの都市に権限した悪夢のような無限切り肉体の変異と死を招く奇病の流行
So it seems like revival just procced everything. It's not like it's gradually started, it just happened after the revival.
巨大湖の上にあったことも災いして
Yep.
我らの都市は世界から完全に孤立した
Also this, I didn't knew that. It was Inganock is built basically on lake. So we have a lake and the infinite mist, which we don't know basically nothing about it. So yeah, if you want to go to the city or out of city, you would have to take a boat and swim through the infinite mist, which doing something, but I don't know what. So yeah.
そして41体の俺たちがクリッターがインガノックに
Also
現れ
this one.
た。
They actually
初めから
were in the
そこにいただけ
Inganock.
だが
They were in Inganock before, and they just manifested after the revival. This is
分かって
interesting.
いるのだろうギー。お前は俺たちの仲間だ。
Okay, in
So
what
that-
sense? Why are you telling like Key's friend?
ある一点においてのみ人は平等で、その一点深く
Connected to all.
ああ、そうだな。
もう人間は終わりだ。だから。
I wonder why. Is it? Does it mean? Maybe he means that because of mutations, because there are mutations that humans will no longer exist because everyone will mutate it to something else. That might be the case.
キ
Also, he should have information only from Inganock, right? There are other cities and stuff, unless we're like the only people live in the planet for some reason. Maybe this revival actually inflicted like damage to all the planet. And there was a rose and I think clown. We had the sprite like in the early game, but it's flashing so fast, I'm not sure what it is. But I saw Rose and I think this is the clown, so this is the Kikai that is with us, maybe? And we are finally in the place where I ended last time. Yes. He opened his eyes. Light was already pouring into his room. It was morning. He thought he could feel the lingering scent of insanity. He shook his head to wipe away his visual information. He had seen that illusion once again. The clown dancing at the edge of his vision. Guy sneering insanity. So it was the clown, so that's brief sprite, that brief art we have in the background with the rose, and this is the clown that Guy is seeing. That's what I assume.
まさかね。
The room was certainly filled with signs of mourning. There were birds. Twittering shook his consciousness. Influenced by the equation, his right eye could see light on the other side of the eternally great mist. As always, the dual sunlight came through the curtains. His brain mutations must have been progressing. He had hardly used his equation eye at all recently, but it lingered in his right eye for almost 7 hours. Oh. Oh. I wonder if it's good or bad. I mean, it's mutating his brain, so... I don't know. His right eye grasped and recognized objects, looking at things in the room, other than the curtains and bed. Familiar things. The apartment he couldn't quite call comfortable. The engine-type air conditioning was the pride of his room. The clown illusion, which shouldn't exist, when it appeared in his dream. His useless eye didn't react to that. Right eye of the rose. Oh, this is the first time we hear that. Even so, his eyes took in the black cat sleeping beside him. Oh, Ati is finally sleeping with him again, like in the episode 1 or episode 2. Oh, was she crying? She was crying. Just look at her. This is sad. What? Ati, what happened? Seems like she was crying. Black cat lay in the bed right next to him. This was also a familiar scene. He never noticed her crawling in, but he always noticed after he woke up. And he was always briefly stressed by the possibility of murderous intruder. Yeah, this can happen if someone is just climbing into your bed and you have no idea that happened. He'd gotten quite used to it over the last 10 years. However, I rarely see the black cat fall fast asleep. The black cat liked the gaze at his sleeping face with playful smile. He was aware of that.
ずいぶん遅くまで仕事をしていたか。相変わらず無理をする。
Yeah, probably. He couldn't easily imagine how she would respond if she asked that aloud.
コーヒー飲むだけで食事済ませてろくに睡眠も取らないような男にそんなこと言われる筋合いはないさ。
Yeah, something like that.
文句あるなら何か食べて。死ぬよ、ギー。
I've heard those words so many times. There has been a while since I last heard them. Ati, the black cat, the fantastic mutant, Pukale woman. Runner, whose main hunting ground was the city's skyscraper. The crack engines implanted in her body made her one of the fastest warriors out there. The runner's work took place amidst a hail of blades, blood and bullets. She wouldn't have lived through the last 10 years if she were any slower. She must have done a number of jabs last night. He could see several abrasions covering her skin. I mean, she already had this, right? These are not new. Unless they are. But it's like the old scars, so... Maybe it's not on the picture. White skin. Scars on her exposed shoulders, several deep, faint scars remained, carved into her over the past 10 years. Guy could see them. The largest one was... yeah. From the time she would protected Guy. Oh wow. Okay. So they have that kind of backstory, huh? A mark from when the Barghest monster had bitten her. Ooh. Barghest. So basically a dog. Huge one. In the city, lives weren't worth much. And she didn't earn that much, rushing through battlefields. That was from before Guy brain mutated. However, now that he had the phenomenon equation, he could easily remove tonight's wounds. Oh, okay. Guy began to extend his hand, and hesitated. Could he avoid waking her?
違います。
What is going on? Ati, what are you dreaming about? I wonder if she want us to actually get rid of the new scars, or she just want to like keep them. Like maybe she's proud of them. Like, you know, the job was well done. It was hard, but I did it. I lived through another day. Like a reminder, you know? That would make sense in the world like this.
またこんに
What?
計算できない。
It's nightmare. She have nightmare. She have to calculate bills. Oh no.
珍しいな。
She rarely talked in her sleep. And what she was talking about was far removed from her current self. Bills. He shrugged despite himself. He imagined a female calculator at an engine factory. That line of work would never suit Ati. Was she dreaming of her past? He was actually interested. Huh. Actually, I wonder, yeah, because it's no way that she was always like this, right? When she was younger, like she was a little girl or something, she probably didn't have this kind of mutations. It probably progressed in time. Same for the engine machines, like engine parts and stuff. It was implanted later on when she chose the job, probably.
野暮だな。
Huh. I hold out my hand towards Ati's captivating her. Aww. I hold my hand over her head and accurately grasp the location of her brain. So he's just trying to calm her down. That's nice. Activate cranial organs. Begins substitutional hearing via phenomenon equation. Healing with this? So he's not like actually healing her, he just sent the impulses for the brain and stuff to focus on the injuries to heal faster, maybe? That which caused impossible phenomena, the phenomenon equation, a powerful light, an original piece of city technology developed by the Grand Prince. It harnessed physics to produce phenomena. Though unable to comprehend her dreams or mental constructs, the equation light substituted her nerves, returning them to the normal state. Substitution of matter, part of the basic theory of the phenomenon equation.
待ってまだママ
Oh. Oh. Oh, that's... That have to be terrible past. Something shone brightly. Something reacted to the cracking light he emitted. He refused to see what poured out. He averted his eyes to the window. Pouring drops. They are truly tears? Yeah, we can see them. I want to know more about Ati. She's very mysterious character. We know little about her, only like on her current state basically. I opened the door silently. The girl must have oiled the hinges. Normally this thing creaked whenever she opened it. Ati didn't seem to be awake. She must have been in rather deep sleep. Rare things certainly were piling up. It was still only 6 AM. Too early for that girl. But that smell was already floating into his nostrils. Sounds and scent of food. The sound of cooking, synthetic bacon in rationalized cooking oil, and its smell. His body had probably lost its appetite in exchange for mastering the phenomenon equation, so he wasn't sure what to think of it. 10 years ago, he might have had an opinion. It was splendid. She was handling the cheap skillet well. He was often surprising by that girl. When he sat down on the sofa, the girl showed up. She was holding plates in one hand, while skillfully unfolding her apron with the other.
Ohayogi.
That's a new outfit. This one. Yeah, that's a new outfit, I like it. How many outfits does she have? Also, it looks like this one could be actually bought in the lower tiers, where they are now. It's not as fancy as her, like, original dress, you know? This is more like lower tier stuff. She looked like a Sekien doll. Guy squinted despite himself. For some reason, he thought of the sunlight behind the clouds. She was wearing her indoor clothes. She must have been quite skilled to keep the all of them. Kia, a mysterious, pink-eyed girl. Yep.
早いのね、ドクターキー。ご飯の準備できてるけれど、食べます？
Literally have no idea who she is. Like, and we asked her several times and she said nothing, basically. She changed topic or whatever, I don't remember now. I think she was changing topics.
おはよう。ありがとう、キア。
Unless she didn't remember it. I don't remember how it was exactly. Can you let me know in the comment if you're watching this? Please, thank you. He didn't say he would eat. He never said he would do something he couldn't. Aside from coffee, he would have a little bit of fried egg. That was the compromise he would ask out of
昨
her.
日と打って変わって今日はいい天気。空、なんだか少し明るい気がするわ。
そうだね。
Only sunbeams. It hasn't changed. The sky remains the same shade of grey all day.
雨がたくさん降った後だから少し涼しいかもだけど。今日はどの層へお仕事に行くの？
少し離れた層へ降りようと思う。寒いからきちんとコートを着ておいで。
Yeah, definitely lower tiers need more help than the higher ups.
はいドクター。
キーア、
はい。
ドクターはやめてくれないか。何度も言うが、僕は医者ではないよ。
Yeah, I just wonder why she's calling him doctor, because she was like, I think before she was calling him only Gi, and in this episode she's like all the time doctor, doctor, doctor. Like what?
はいドクター。
Why?
クラッキングドクダムのね。魔法のお医者様。
Why? Is it because of what happened to Rurua? Wait, what?
いいや、キーア。手品だよ。種がある。
I mean, it's your mutation, it's your talent, and something you got skilled with. I don't remember how you exactly attain phenomenon equation, but this is something some people can have. I think it's not manifested itself. I think he have to train with this, like he trained his cracking to be basically healing device.
いいえドクター。
She says with a smile. He laid eyes on her faint smile. Guy shrugged his shoulders, admitting defeat. He wouldn't caress anyone, ever. That was a rule Guy had decided on 10 years ago. She could call him whenever she wanted.
3人分作ったのだけど、どうしよう。大丈夫かしら。
Well, there's Hattie still.
奥さんはまだお休み中？冷めた朝食だと悪いかなと思って。
Kia, how many times I have to say you that she's not my wife?
アティならまだ寝ているよ。大丈夫。彼女は猫舌だから。
Yep.
そうよね。はい、そうでした。
あと、これも何度も言うがね。
奥さんじゃない。です。
Yep.
冷めちゃうから早く食べてね。
She's showing me a smile. I can't beat her with words. How many days had been since that girl came here? He thought he would gotten quite used to it, but at the core level he really hadn't. Besides, he didn't want to get used to
慣
it.
れないといえば。
He remembered the shadow in the city skyscraper storage building. There was supposed to be another, that steel girl. She was a human, and she should have been in one of the apartment's second floor rooms, the guest that Kia slept in. She wasn't here. He couldn't feel that frozen gaze of hers.
ルアハは起きないのかい？昨日も確か起きてこなかったが。
ええ、今日も起きないみたい。明日には起きるって言ってくれたの。
So she's sleeping like several days now? Wait, what? Like 2 days? And she said that she will wake up tomorrow? What? Why?
そうか。
Huh. That's weird. And no one is like worried about that? Although his home steam energy consumption has increased, he didn't mind. As long as there was no problem. Kia had already set the table. They sat next to each other. Ah, so that's
で
it.
は、いただきます。
はい、よろしい。いただきます。
Oh, that's cute. This is great. I love the art style of this game. We have Guy with his cup of coffee. He having the same coffee as I do. He have the black coffee without milk or anything. And Kia is like... His face just saying us that he appreciates everything that she does. But she doesn't kinda care. I mean, he cares, but... Yeah, you know what I mean. He's like... Yeah, I appreciate you. That's fine. And she's like happy that... he actually cares about himself and stuff. And she's so small, like, look at this, like... this size of this cup. What the hell? She's so small. During breakfast, all I can hear is the birds twittering. Breakfast was always quiet, even before the game girl came here. And even now, Kia was good at handling a knife and fork. He looked at Kia, holding her cup with both hands. She appeared to have already finished eating the bacon and eggs. The bread had disappeared first. She must have liked it. She seems to enjoy soft bread. 10 years ago, hard bread was the norm. But now, Sekien recipes, made soft, more common. At first, she would be surprised by its softness. She really was a mysterious girl. Where in the world was she raised? Yeah, this is like one of the biggest mysteries of this game so far. Like, from where is Kia? And like, maybe from when, actually. Because I have a theory that she just got some mutation that doesn't let her age, and she's like someone who knows Guy from before revival. And she should be about his height or something at this point already. Her bearing, behavior, wardrobe, and the sheer quantity of clothes she owned. She must be from the higher tier, but in terms of citizen classes, she would be at least 6, since people could locate between tiers in this city. She could have been even higher. God damn it, sorry. And yet, she was moved simply by soft bread. Truly a mysterious girl.
いつになったら教えてくれるのか。
Yeah, like she refused to tell us before. Even the old man, Stanisław, who proclaimed himself Crowd Street Fixer, he failed to gather any information on her. Therefore, there was no way of learning who Kia was, unless she talked about it herself. Well, the cup is too big for you, and you are holding the cup with both of your hands, and it's hot. So, yeah.
慌てずに飲みなさい。僕の分のパンも食べるかい？
Okay, unless you mean just it's hot to drink, okay. Maybe the cup is not hot, maybe this is like one of these special cups that doesn't get hot, actually.
あ、うん、いいの。
卵、美味しかったよ。
そうよかった。
See? He is very nice. He cannot taste food basically, but he still says that they were delicious.
ベーコンは？
食欲がね。
もう、お夕飯は野菜たくさんにするので、その時はちゃんと食べてくださいね。
善処するよ。
He wasn't lying. He began to look away from Kia when he suddenly thought of it. He had some free time left before his planned trip. It would be nice to spend the morning talking for once.
キア、
Oh,
何？
少し話をしようか。ベーコンを食べなかったお詫びに。
お話は好き。何のお話？ハイカブリ姫？白雪姫？盛況のおとぎ話じゃなくても。
She knows a lot about Sekien as well. She might be from Sekien, but I wonder how she got there and stuff.
ああ、
He would hear some nostalgic names, fairy tales long lost in the city. Nowadays, such things actually existed in the city. Humans and dwarves who used to do something resembling magic. As well as a yoki fruit, which tempted humans into eternal sleep. Only the happy endings didn't exist. Ooh. That was why people abandoned all fairy tales. They believed that this city didn't need them. They thought that telling them would only summon frightening things, since all sorts of illusions materialized here.
そうだな。10年前のおとぎ話をしよ
Oh, yes, please.
う。昔はたくさんおとぎ話があった。知っているみたいだけど、
今は違うの？
今はもうおとぎ話は一つしかない。だから昔の水の話だ。
Tale of Water. Okay. A Tale of Water. A fairy tale about a water princess. It was said that she lived in a far-off country, a beautiful princess of water. She was trapped by an evil sorcerer and locked up in a tower. Locked up in there for a long, long time. A princess who was sad and cried. 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. She spent the entire time in tears. And then, after a while, the princess' prison became full of tears. The princess nearly drowned in her own tears. However, someone saved the princess. That person had boundless courage. He released the princess from her prison. He called to her, telling her to stop crying, and called to her, telling her to come outside.
君のおかげで思い出したよ。確かこんな話だった。
お姫様。それでその子は幸せになったの？
なったとも。みんなが幸せに暮らしてめでたした。
そうなの。
I wonder, Kia, what is going on with you? You just asked if she were happy. And you are like, you know something. Like she can talk to machines. Like what the hell? Jisoo, her expression darkened. It seems like the girl hadn't liked the story. Perhaps it was too short and simplistic? Should I have added a few details to it? He shrugged his shoulders, giving
お
up.
気に召さないかな。すまないね。次はもっと面白い話を思い出すよ。
違うの。素敵なお話。でも、ギーの言葉が変なのだもの。それでちょっと気になって。
What do you mean?
変かな。
だって、いつも嘘をついてるんだもの。
Oh. Wait, what?
嘘
Lying?
はついていないよ。
An intelligent girl. She always showed it whenever I treat her like a child. They didn't really live happily after. Oh, okay. The princess turned into bubbles and vanished. With her wish, without any grudges or regrets. This is kinda happy end. If she was able to get peace with herself and stuff. This is kinda happy ending. This is... I mean, this is not happy ending, but it's still good ending. She turned into bubbles on the water surface and disappeared. Lies, huh? Everything in the city was like that. Everything was filled with lies, just like Gi. The city was overflowing with clients. The city, its name was Inganock. The city of Inganock, the fantastic city, was none speak of. It was once one of the great engine cities of the eastern continent. It's been beautifully equipped to be the world's first multi-tiered complete environment city. Now it was different. A fantastic drag, isolated and independent. Yeah, that's right. Surely no one on the outside spoke of the city. Yeah, I wonder if outside city actually exists. Or it's like still exists, I would say. Maybe you're like the only one who's safe. Maybe this infinite mist is actually saving you from the doom. Everything changed with the revival 10 years ago. After being cut off from the outside world by a mysterious mist, Inganock changed and warped. Yeah, this mysterious mist, we didn't have any information of someone who tried to cross it. Like, what will happen if you go to this mist? Some said that the city died that day. It certainly had died. Everything changed. The medicine Guy had studied for the sake of the humanity lost all meaning because everyone's bodies had mutated. Yeah, that's true pretty much. Because medicine, like old medicine, will no longer apply to bodies that mutated basically and are something else. Those who changed into fantastic mutants like birds and boars, those who changed into soundless lumps of rock, and those who changed into dying plants. Each and every one of them changed. By now, there was no pure and simple human in the city lower tiers, including Guy himself. The ideal archaeology city, the metropolis that should have been a complete environment, constructed on an enormous scale. Even now, traces of that plan were clear in its outward appearance. Beasts and spirits, called monsters, strange diseases beyond human knowledge, mutations and aborigines, and the 41 creatures, numerous mutations, unbelievable lies. That was the true nature of this place. A city was practically made out of lies. There was a single genuine truth in it.
そんなものがなくとも生きていくことはできる。溺れかけた魚が水面で息をするように。
I traveled around the city today, as always, using a trick that feels like a lie. A traveling doctor continuing to break city law. That was his identity now. That was his current lie. It was a role he would give himself, since he would be a med student 10 years ago. A false doctor, a walking lie. A trick that couldn't have been called medicine. Excising disease with a phenomenon equation, healing external wounds. He used to ambiguously think about working as an university doctor someday, but now he was out on the streets, dealing with real people. Yeah, truly like a lie. He was nothing more than the deception, controlling a power that it seems untrue. I mean, he's kinda right, but he's still helping. It's why you call this a lie? I feel like he's clinging to the old ways too much. Like, you know, the people that would say like, oh my god, 10 years ago it was better, it was true. For example, I know, there were true friendships. Like, made outside. Like, with people you meet and stuff. And the friendships with the internet are wrong. Yeah, something like that. I think he's too harsh and he's thinking too much about, like, the true medicine that he learned, basically. Which became a lie later on. Which basically means that it's irrelevant now. It's just progress of time, and in their case it's a progress of being basically fucked up by the revival and the mist. You can't deal with this. Just accept it.
呼吸を楽にして。大丈夫。あなたの命は助かりますよ。初期の腫瘍です。安全に取り除ける。心配はいりませんよ、ミスター。
Activate my cardinal organs. There is a light of one phenomenon equation. The cracking light. Substituted body parts. He healed people, just as he always did, using phenomenon equation. A long time ago, he would have been amazed at this. This powerless power. This phenomenon equation. He said the tumor was young, but that was an expedient lie. A panel of light floating to its right eye scanned him precise status of the patient body as information entity. I recognize this. The cancer was actually in its final stages. Normally the man couldn't be saved. However, cancer was no match for the cracking light. Why would you lie though in this situation? If you know that you can save him, then why you say that it's early stage? You just can say like, you're lucky, it's final stage, you would die in like 2 days, but I will save you, that's no problem. I think that would like give him a lot of relief, you know? And he would think like, oh my god, I almost die, I need to do something in my life now, you know? like change or something. Things like that changes people minds and stuff. For better, usually. If gems were twisted, he merely substituted. Matter was nothing before phenomenon equation. He twisted it away, leaving healthy cells. But there were things matter substitution couldn't deal with. Aborities, for example, ate away at the very nature of one's existence. The equation meant nothing before strange diseases like that. Was it a form of magic? No, it was merely conjurer's trick.
ありがとうございます。ありがとう。ドクター、あなたを呼んでよかった。生体クラッキングなど恐れることはなかったのに。ありがとう。
構いませんよ。正常な反応ですとも。
Cancer was no longer deadly. Far more fearsome phenomena, which couldn't even be called diseases, had simply taken its place. Yeah, like phenomenon equation can deal with anything basically that's from the old world. That's why this was nothing more than a trick. It was the same as using adhesive to hold the wound shut. Oh, so that was... Okay, I think I get his thoughts now. Why he said that phenomenon equation is a lie. Because it only works on the old stuff. As like as he say, it's like just giving a band-aid or something that is not really that important or heavy. Because like in the old ways, probably like he learned and there was like about the cancer, then he would like learn about chemotherapy or something maybe. I don't know what kind of medicine they have, but still some kind of like trying to regress the cancer, like making it easier and somehow fight it back. And that's like a medicine, right? That could save lives, and now it's just irrelevant. Now it's just, hey, you have cancer, okay, I will just put that band-aid on you and you're fine. And nothing happened. And all his knowledge is basically like gone, because he don't need it anymore. And he doesn't have any medical experience about new stuff, because like no one have, basically. That's what I think. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense now. However, in this city, even that adhesive...
嘘か。それでも僕は
You are still saving lives. Everything in the city changed 10 years ago. People mutated, monsters ate away at them. And the city, which had once aimed for ideals, changed into a fearsome fantasy. Over the last 10 years, people have been allowed to live by the skin of the teeth. Tough, great sacrifices. They truly were living by a hair. Under the laws made by the top aristocrats, the controller, the Grand Prince, hidden away in the upper tier. Even so, G couldn't stop holding out his hand. I saved a number of people today, as always, and I saw a great number die. It was ironic, and poor kept on dying. A person's environment meant nothing to fantastic diseases, and yet, the more impoverished they were. What the hell is that word? I have no idea what that means. Impoverished. Let me check it really fast, okay? And for some reason, I'm able to open my browser. Because it's not usually working when I'm recording Inganock, and I just remembered about that. Oh my god. I would have never guessed. Like, what the hell? Today he was in the 12th and 11th slum district. Earlier, he would travel to the houses in the 9th production tier. Most of the people he'd saved were from the latter. Just as the Grand Prince Law decided, to the latter of the ideals held up by the city law, prizing rejection of the weak. 4 adults, 10 children. He was glad he left Kia with early when he went down to the production level. He didn't want to show that girl so many deaths. Yeah, like the lowest citizens doesn't matter in the city basically. They just left to be. This region tends to have more severe cases of fantastic diseases. Even taking that into consideration, 14 in a single day, it was a large number. 14 today, 14 I couldn't save. Slipping through so many things. Slipping through my fingers. Even so, he continued to be traveling doctor. I mean, Guy, even if you would have like... Even if the mutation didn't happen, if you would be just a doctor like 10 years ago, people would still die on you. This is something like every doctor in the world have to deal with. It's not something you can save everyone. Sometimes this is just so bad that you can't do anything, or it's untreatable by the knowledge of like current knowledge and technology, or it can be like diagnosed wrongly because it have like very similar symptoms to something else, and you're trying to treat it and it doesn't work. That's some cases that people would die anyway, so you just have to deal with this. There's sometimes no other way. This is sad and hard, but that's the truth. A city at night. You continued to walk down the crowded street. Early Hospital was on the tier directly above. Even though it was higher up, it was still a lower tier. The upper tier was just one part at the peak. Everything else was part of the lower tiers. A nest of humans. Yeah, of humans. No matter how much their appearance had changed, they were still a herd of people on their way to their deaths.
たく、お前さんが来るときは必ずそうだ。いつになったら無心をやめるんだ、ギー。金ならまだ可愛いもの。
Yeah.
医薬品はこのご時世じゃ貴重なんだ。金になるかと言われればならないよね。中3の偉いさんたちは薬に安心する。
Do you mean like you want Guy to buy some medicine from you?
ま、食い物たっぷり食ってるあの連中に打ってやるよりは、お前さんの言い分もわかる。何せ仮想民はいつも栄養失調だ。安物のこんな栄養剤だって効くってもんさ。って聞いているのかい？
聞いているよ。いつもすまないな、エラリー。
I don't get what he means.
なんだその手は。
金だ。いらないなら払わないが、こちらも助かる。
Okay.
そうは言っていないだろう。はした金でも金は金じゃないか。
This is true. Early Barnes, also human. One of the few with no mutations, visible on the outside, of course. He did have multiple hearts. Oh. Okay. To him, visible mutations would be a great stain, since he examined the bourgeois and even upper tier aristocrats on occasion. His outside was very important for business. There were many wealthy men who hated mutations. They were early main customers. Yeah, I guess so. And he can also go to like upper tiers, right? There were cases like that. Also, the Rurua clan was one of the upper
と
tiers.
ころでギー、例の噂は
さあ、
耳里いのかそうでないのか。都市法による間引きが近いって情報だよ。どのあたりかまでは漏れていないけどね。
Oh my god, the cooling. Oh my god, are they going to like cool population? That's what it means? What the fuck? They doing that?
そうか。ありがとう。
What is going on? Why everyone is so carefree about this?
ありがとうじゃないだろう。いい加減老人や子供と関わるのはよせ。重病患者もだ。一体何の意味があるよ。
Mean like the city would just come down and like bring knights or something and will just start killing ill and old? What? That's messed up as fuck.
お前さんの商売は知ってるつもりだがね。全くもって金にならない。ダメだよ。もっと
Not
真
everyone
面目
is
にな
about
れ。
the money, you
ギ
know? Guy's still getting some money, and it's enough for him, I guess. He doesn't need more.
巡回医師なんて無意味だよ。仮想の傷病者はまだまだ増え続けるだろう。ここはもうそういう都市になったんだ。
You just don't get the idea, Early. I mean, you're a good guy, but... Yeah, you have your own. You do your, Guy do his. Serious, huh?
無差別に治療してもどうにもならない。選定をするべきだ。お前も。それが法だ。傷病者は都市経済にも悪影響を及ぼす。何もすぐにこっちへ来いとは言わない。医師の義務を果たせと言ってるんだ。
Which is, he is doing his job and fulfilling his duty as a doctor. He's helping others. Duty.
命の選定は医師の役割だ。でなければ都市法はお前をも処分するぞ。
Oh, that kind of... Oh, this is harsh. I cannot disagree with Early to that here as well. I cannot disagree with that. This is kinda a role of the doctor as well. This is like one of the hardest things to decide on as a doctor, I think. Like if you have, I don't know, two people on this with the same disease, and one of them have way weaker immunity system, and you see just no chances on him. And you cannot, like, you know, split resources to both of them. You have to choose. This is fucked up. I cannot disagree with Early here. But Guy as well is trying to help everyone, that's why 14 people died on him today. But on the other hand, if he would choose to not help these 14, because he saw that he cannot help them, then maybe he would save more. You know what I mean? Like, by choosing these 14 to not help them, however harsh it would be, he could save 14 more, potentially. Because he wouldn't, I would do this in the quotes, waste time on the ones who will die anyway. I'm sorry if this is like heavy and hard and harsh, but this is difficult. This is really, yeah, being a doctor is, it's a very hard role.
私がお前とこうして会うことだって、まあ上層貴族とつながりのある一級市民の耳には入れられない危険行為なんだぞ。そもそも大学で私より優秀だったお前がそんな風でいるのは耐えられないんだい。
すまないと思っているよ、エラリー。
エラリー。I'm calling him Early. Oh well.
本に着せたいわけじゃないが、そのなんだ、設備も医薬品もろくに整わないで、その分クラックで補っているんだろうがね。それはお前のエゴでしかない。
Ego, huh? That certainly might be it. Yeah, actually I just realized Early is actually making his hospital is basically working with his knowledge. With the old knowledge, he's doing the same job as Guy and working on the old diseases, but with his own knowledge. So we can, in the Guy thoughts, like he thinks that he lies because of the cracking, then the Early is telling the truth. Basically, if we are talking only on the definition of truth and lie, of the medicine that he have. I get the point of both of them. I cannot really agree with only one of them without agreeing to the other one. They both have their own good points. Whenever meaning or significance remained in his conduct was long gone. He knew that as well as
お前の
anyone.
才能を無駄に失うのは都市の損失だ。いいか、認めないからな。
He left the hospital with the voice of his old friend behind him. The lights inside were no longer on. Exceedingly rational doctors closed at 7 p.m. Eerily was probably busy preparing for his weekend party. He had noticed the bow tie in his pocket almost immediately. Eerily was right. That was what constituted a respectable doctor here. The people who hire traveling doctors must be all insane in some way.
ギー、ねえドクター、お話は終わった？お薬はいただけた？あのね、キアはご本をもらったのよ。
About what? About the medicine?
それはよかった。何の本だい？
医学書。1903年の盛況のものですって。あそこの綺麗な女性がくれたの。
Once again, she's talking about Sekien. She got book from about Sekien. I mean, it's from the eerily like bookshelf probably, but still she chose the Sekien book. Oh wait, Pretty Woman over there gave me, so it's not from eerily. It's someone from some woman who is from Sekien probably. But she's really obsessed with the Sekiens. He could see the four-armed girl. He recognized her in her nurse uniform. Oh, she's an aunt. A Myrmidon, nurse with a beautiful voice. He was pretty sure she was Eerly's current lover. She waved to him. Okay. Well, she's pretty. I cannot, like, fight with it, I guess. She would never shown Guy a smile before. When he came to get cheap medicine, it must be because of
立
Kia.
ち居振る舞いのせいかな。
あ
Okay.
のね、これで頑張ります。お役に立てるようになる。今日は少ししかお手伝いできなかったし、もう置いてけぼりされないように頑張ることにしたの。ギーの役に立つわ。
I mean, it's not like you don't help, it's just we don't want you to see, like, really fucked up stuff in the lower tiers, like the lowest ones.
もっとギーを近くで見ていたいから、キーヤは頑張ります。
She really is a mysterious girl, from the bottom of her heart. He went home in a slight hurry. At night, a ward this poorly lit couldn't be called safe. When he looked at Kia, she wasn't walking so much as jogging. Obviously, her pace was smaller than Guy's. Wow, is this the first time he realized that? He's angry. Was he hurrying too much? When he tried slowing down a little, Kia made an angry face. Oh, okay, she wants to get better to not, like, slow down Guy, so when he slows down to her, then she gets angry because she don't want him to slow down.
やれやれ。
Why in the world? What part of this boring guy did she like? Why didn't she ever leave him? This man couldn't even understand himself, so why? There was plenty of more respectable doctors out there. Even Eerily ought to be better. And yet, why was this girl joining him on his travels every day? He came near the back alley. When he faced the pile of scrap engine machines, he saw something he couldn't believe. He never thought they would go out walking this late. Clearly, he would be a little too trusting. He realized once again that no ordinary methods would work on them.
出てきなさい。 そこにいるのは分かっているよ、ルポ。パルに
Okay.
ポルンもそこにいるね。
Oh, all three of them.
ギーどこ？パル？ルポ？ポル？
あそこの影にいる。こんな夜更けに隠れようにかい、パル。
All night game of hide and seek.
ごめんなさい先生。なんだ見つかっちゃった。うまく隠れ。
ごめんなさい。
Hey guys. The children came out of shadows, just barely entering the light of a street lamp. When they were completely visible, Kia grasped joyously. The equation he would used a few years ago, still lingering in his right eye, so he would be able to see them.
あのね、悪さしてたんじゃないの。ひどいんだよね。親方ってばさ、夕飯抜きで、しかも夜通し仕事だって怒鳴り散らしてさ。
That sucks.
お腹すいたね。
お腹と背中がくっつくよ。うわー、腹減った。はしたないこと言わないの。ルポはすぐお腹減って文句言う。ごめんなさいギー先生。すぐ工場に戻ります。
事情は大体分かったよ。
These kids too. He bumped into so many situations like this. On the way to his hospital, more than usual. Is the city just started cooling? Maybe they're just like cooling the food rations and stuff. Maybe that's the case. Which essentially means the more people will die. And for good reason. Today was a day of fun for lower tiers laborers. Oh. This was when the engine spirit races were held and bet on. Okay. Of course it was only fun for the adults, since you had to present an individual identification engine card to enter the engine spirit race. Today, the factory owners were foster parents, in name only, choosing instead to throw away money. Days like this usually ended in child abuse. Oh. He confirmed the weight of his wallet. He hadn't paid early that much, so there was still a decent sum left.
どうにかしてあげて。ね、うちに連れて帰ろう。
Kia, we have enough people inside.
いいや、ダメだ。誘拐罪だよ。代わりに親方の顔でも見よう。
Yeah,
それでひとまずどう
they
にか
still
な。
have homes.
君が言ったんだよ。僕は魔法使いだったはずだね。
Okay. He would receive a huge tip from the Burgundy's man this evening, but since that was money he hadn't earned, he wanted to use it on someone else. It was also a trick. When he had money, he could make it look like a magic.
何ギー先生、親方に何言うの？
親方を叱ったりはしないよ。君たちが困るしね。
じゃあぶん殴ってくれる？おじちゃん喧嘩弱いんじゃない？
I mean, that would hurt you as well, even more.
ルーポ、おじちゃんって呼ばないの。先生でしょ。でも、
ポルンまでも。
He rubbed Parul's head as tears swelled up. Her hair, which should have been soft, was now coarse and hard. He felt as if he knew that they were treated at the factory. He would given the boss of that engine factory quite a few donations, but the man seems to be greedier than he had expected.
そうだ、待って。ちょっとだけ。いいものがあるの。
Yeah, the problem with greed is that the more you give, the more they want. So it's like never-ending circle.
いいもの？
ギーがいなくなっちゃうんだもの。だからお夕飯用にとって。
Oh my god, she is full of onigiris.
ライスボールを握ったの。西京のずっと遠くの国の保存食なの。あのね、ライスを炒めずに炊いて。
Yeah, and how do you know that? From where the fuck are you? Like, what the hell? Are you from Japan?
食べ物だ。美味しそう。これなんていう？
ライスボール。
Yes. Rice ball.
ライスボールか。西京語って面白いな。炊いたお米を握ってるのかな。じゃあ おにぎりかな。
Yep. Oh, the 5th episode of Muramasa just rendered, so I'll be putting it
お
up.
にぎり。そうそう、おにぎり。今僕が考えた名前ね。
Oh, wait. She never told that this is onigiri. She said that this is rice balls. Rice, Sekien fan language, cook rice rolled up. Onigiri. Really? They just made it up? What the fuck?
おにぎり。かわいい名前。それじゃあ今からこれはおにぎりね。
Wow.
おにぎり？おにぎり。
Okay. That's a way to sneak your own language into the game. The elder sister tilted her head, the younger brother seems happy. The reserved girl seems simply nodded. They screamed joyously as they ate the rice balls. It wasn't long before they disappeared. Truly impressive. Engine factory boss probably gave their kids only 1 or 2 meals a day, and Guy had meat earlier were no different. 1 bowl a day of inferior synthetic oatmeal. From engine type manufacturing devices, it was never enough. Guy shrugged, then picked up Lupo and carried him on his shoulders. He pulled Paul's hand with one of his
春の
own.
手はキーヤが引いてあげなさい。
ああ、キーヤ姉ちゃん行儀悪い。はいって言わないとダメなんだよ。
What she said. Sure.
ルーポ、生意気言わないの。はーい。はい。はーい。
Okay. Guy looked at the children's limbs with his right eye. Since he was here, he decided to quick inspection. That didn't seems to be any sign of progression. Oh, I don't know if you could hear that, but the rendering just finished. There was inflammation around their stumps. Their muscles were probably in pain, but the children didn't speak of it. If left alone, it would wear down their bones. That's bad. They need to change this. It should be treated. They were still young, so they must be growing out of their limbs. He decided to ask Morito to move up the replacement date.
機嫌がいいといいが。
Yeah. He would talk to Morimoto about it. If he wasn't careful, the cost could skyrocket. Oh my god. So he's that kind of guy. He decided to swap their limbs as soon as possible. He couldn't deny the possibility that the children's abilities has already invaded their limbs. It was one of the city's most abominable diseases. Aborities, one of the phenomena that killed children. One of the creatures scattered it. In the city, especially in the lower tiers. Technically, it wasn't disease. It was phenomenon that behaved like one. There was virtually no way to recover after contracting it. But it wasn't a certain death. There was a possibility that these kids would live into adulthood. He hoped that they would be different from the 10 he would seen today. It could never happen in the lower tiers. Guy wouldn't say that, even if it meant disobeying the law. Even if the city is broken. I will not become like Early. Now he was prepared to pull his wallet. Drawstring? Wallace Drawstring. He would make up whenever the boss lost. So that they could eat at least 2 bowls of oatmeal a day.
さ、行くぞ。二度と夜中に外に出てはいけない。
はい、ドクターギー。
Okay. And someone is scratching, and with that, I will end the episode. I have no idea who is scratching, why is scratching, but we'll see it in the next one. So yeah, that was a really interesting episode. I hope you liked it. And yeah, I will see you in the next one. So thank you for watching, thank you for listening to me. And for now, Pocket Watch is going out.